call the Board of Public Works and Safety Preparatory meeting to order. First order of business is roll call.
I'm James.
Present.
Ron Terry.
Present.
Present. Next up is the minutes approval of our September 10th session.
Motion approved.
Second. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes from our September 10th session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Citizen comments. We'll do that now with
Yeah.
Carol.
My name's Carol Gunter, and I got my estimate from Dave's Landscaping, the ones that's supposed to do my sidewalk. And I guess I'm coming before the board here to see if we'll go 50%. Now, you,
Carol, what's your street number?
100 Grand Street.
I'll make a motion we approve.
How much is that? Yes.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we pay 23.
Second.
We've gotten a quote from Dave's Landscaping for Carol in the amount of 4,600, and motion's been made and approved to pay $2,300 towards that bill.
Oh, I appreciate it so much.
You guys voted.
No, not yet. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you, Carol.
I'll need a copy of that.
Okay.
Yes, I was. And then will you take them, we'll reimburse you, or how we want
It
that to
doesn't
happen?
matter.
Once you get your invoice,
Yeah, then I'll
bring me the invoice.
thank you so much.
You're welcome, Carol. Next up, unfinished business, we have the wastewater treatment plant. Quote for training.
So it's a quote for our maintenance and training. Xylem is the company who makes our UV disinfectant for our effluent water that goes out. And that system is like 10 to 15 years old. It has sensors on it. And according to our maintenance book, we did the maintenance suggested for those sensors and it didn't work. So this would have them come out and fix what's wrong with those sensors for our UV dosage. And since they're gonna be here anyway, since none of us have had official training from them, this just allows them to also give us some training on that system, so that way we can better maintain it and keep it for as long as possible. They're out of North Carolina, which is why there's a travel fee, but the total cost per day is $2,523. You know, we plan on being here for 2 days. With the travel cost also $2,626 for a total of $7,672.
Discussion.
Yes, this is for discussion.
Yeah.
You said UV what?
For our UV disinfectant, because from essentially from spring to fall, we have to treat any water that we send out to the Elkhart for E. coli. And so we have to do daily testing from April to November to prove that we are not actually contaminating the Elkhart River. And this is the final, this is actually what kills any and all bacteria that is still left in that water before we send it out. Well, disinfects it.
Kind of specialized.
Yes, it's So there's, two sets of banks, each bank has 32 UV bulbs. And depending upon the intensity, which is determined by the sensor, it increases, decreases the intensity depending upon the flow rate that's currently going out. So with that, sensor being out, it's just full blasting, which is killing everything. We're not, by no means are we non-compliance right now. It's just, it's going to burn up bulbs faster than if it actually is doing what it's supposed to. And for reference, for those bulbs, plus the container that they're in, because they have to be airtight, for those bulbs plus containers, about $1,000. So.
I'll make a motion that, we approve the, quote from, Xylem. Okay. $7,672, for training and, corrections on our system. Do I hear a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the, quote for $7,672 for, equipment and training for evaluation. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Under new business, we actually didn't have any business to take care of, so I think it this time would be appropriate, John Parrish, if you would come up here.
Eden City.
You're in trouble.
You never know.
Now you got lucky this time. Saturday, we had the DA, Daughters of the American Revolution, make a presentation of the Liberty Tree in Prentice Park. And in recognition for John's work down there, they went down and power washed the stone down there in the plaque. We did the sidewalk around there and everything, made it look nice down there for it. They wanted me to present that to you. Thank you, John, for your extra work. And I got one that looks just like it.
Cool.
Also, at the same time, they presented us with a flag that will find the appropriate location for that. Guess it's upside down.
We were waiting for you to stand on your head.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think possibly one location I would thought of was down at the visitor center, and when you come into town, everywhere else you'd be able to see it, so we can present that on there. And
You want me to hang on to that, Earl?
next 4th of July, I'll just say, next 4th of July, there will be a presentation down there again.
Nice.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Just want to say I couldn't do it without my guys and the rest of the managers and employees. They help me every day. They've already helped me today with heavy equipment, doing stuff in the farm, so thank you.
With that, with no further new business, we'll just move on to our member comments here. Brian,
Well, I don't want any money, so I think, yeah, that's a good thing.
good day.
Just some, believe it or not, Barb. Just some information that I gave the council Monday night, our police and fire softball game, that will benefit the, West Local Food Pantry is October 4th at 4 o'clock. And then, Carlex has a co-ed team that plays in a league in Warsaw, that would like to play a combination of our police and fire teams. We're gonna do that October 12th. That's a Sunday at 2 p.m. And that will benefit, the Humane Shelter of Noble County, who has helped us with the case, about a month and a half ago. They took in over 20 animals for us, and as I told the council Monday night, 5 out of the 20 are continuing to have puppies at the humane shelter, so they need a little bit of extra help, so. We're gonna do those 2 public events to, help those 2 organizations. That's all I've got to say.
Thank you, Brian. Jeremy? No. Thanks, Mike.
Just a big thanks to all the other departments with the city cleanup. That went pretty smooth. Ben Brown's in town this week trying to get some of the paving done. We ran into a few snags. I'll let John explain the deal on, one of the streets that we have here. But, it's going pretty smooth so far.
Great, thanks, Mike. John?
We finally come to a point where we're taking out a lot of the old signs that have been in the parks, that you can't read and are kind of useless, so we're cleaning up the parks that way. We're tearing out some of the old, park entrance signs, and we have the new ones which we paid for this year, that have been sitting around waiting on a slower time. We're gonna start installing those this week, so we'll do 2 or 3 parks a week until we get them done.
Thank you, John. Yeah.
Earl come up and visited us yesterday. We had a really good day yesterday, on service lines. Last week, we spent 2 days doing 7. Yesterday, we got 5 done in 1 day, so it was kind of we got 27 to do. We'll get these done, get them paid back before winter, and we'll have only a few to do next spring, and so we're moving right along with this. And everyone we take out, it's 1 less letter we have to send, so it helps us out that way too.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep.
Terry?
I have nothing.
I have nothing. Elroy? John?
Good morning. Just to give you an update, Ben Brown is currently grading River Street, the edges for drainage improvements. I heard there was an announcement that they were pulling off. They're not pulling off. The mill is going elsewhere while Ben Brown continues to do storm sewer and the paving. So rest assured, we're gonna be done for November. We'll see. Okay. That being said, an issue came up yesterday about Johnson Street. I'd like to just clarify for the board. Johnson Street, north and south is within the city limits. The middle section is not. It is not, it's in the county. It was never annexed. So that work, you're gonna have a gap on Johnson Street of about 1,500 feet that's not being paved as part of this project. I know Rick dealt with that a lot with the county engineer, and they have no intention of helping or giving it to the city. I think some discussion needs to happen between the city and the county, and since it's my understanding, Mike is maintaining that 1,500 feet with snow plowing and seal coating and crack sealing and that sort of thing. So I was gonna get with our engineers out of Fort Wayne and try and have a meeting with the county engineer and see if there's can be some discussion. I might need some pull in from the city mayor. But to add that into this project, we estimated about $80,000, and Barb doesn't have that kind of change in her pocket, so we're not able to add that in at this time. I just want to make sure you guys were all aware that there is that part of Johnson Street that is not in the city limits. There is also a similar situation on Town Line. And I know, again, Mike does a lot of maintenance out there, but there are parts of Town Line that are in the county, not continuous. So it's city, county, city, just like we have on Johnson. So that's what Mike wanted me to convey to you guys.
Well, and in addition to the fact that that's gonna be 80,000 over what the project is, it's not our street at this point, we shouldn't be resurfacing it. We have to go through the channels to make sure that is
Right.
something that we're.
That's what we're getting started.
Right, and I mean, conversations have to be made in
Right.
order to do that, because we really shouldn't be maintaining a street that's not one of our streets. The county should be, and I know the county's not maintaining it at all, because they probably figure, you know, it's in between there, you're already doing it, so why would they do it? So, but whatever it is, we have to have those conversations.
So
County, go ahead.
I'll get those meetings set up with our engineers, their engineers, and a representative from the city for further discussion.
And it couldn't be included in the community crossing because of the fact that it is county. The state will not allow the city to have community crossing dollars for streets that's not in our mileage. So that's why and I don't know how you all did whatever you did when we were working on the project.
That's all I have.
Already made plans, Monday's council meeting, county council meeting, and plan to attend that and bring that up with them. I think council there is a week from, or we did a week from Monday, I'm sorry. And
So that gives me time to set up a meeting before that.
yeah, and so we could take some information with us. I even asked just for clarification and looks more than anything, sometimes you lay eyes on something. I asked Officer Crossley if he wouldn't mind taking a drone up and getting overhead picture of the road. Nicely paved at both ends and the center stuff open. And they can give it better visual on what we're talking about anyway.
And we can do something using Beacon as well with highlighters and
Yeah. And
save Mike a little in the city money and time of doing the drone.
yeah, real life pictures help them, and hopefully they would just sign that over. What else would be involved, other, obviously, survey, property lines, that kind of thing. Yeah, we're working on Johnson Street and everything. Too late for this year, and some other time, when we have another community crossings, we can possibly work that in, so it all looks the same. Right. Thank you, John. Ronnie, that is it. Tom? No, thank you. Barb?
Just to let this board know, we did put out a notice to bidders for our trash service. So, Laura prepared the RFP so that we're going to take bids in for trash. We'll have the bid opening on the 15th. You guys won't have to be here for the opening, but then we'll review and bring back a recommendation for the October 22nd meeting for you to hopefully work on. We did include, not just the trash, but we asked for a supplemental for recycling. We don't like every 2 weeks to have separate containers for that, so hopefully that would get back some reasonable costs. Something versus that should be in the paper today, I believe.
Good, Laura.
Nothing other than Barb did a lot of work on that request for proposals. Take all the credit. It was a teamwork, but
We modeled it after some other.
we find it as trustees.
Kidville uses the same kind of system.
We used Kendall, we used Range, we used Kohler, those are the ones we give me their stuff, so yeah, it's a better one. That would be fun.
Well, the street project's going, pretty good here. John reported on that. War Memorial was nearly completed, waiting on the statue yet. Which apparently still stuck in China. There was some discussion that would be air freighted here when they get it ready to ship. So we don't have to wait on a container or some such thing like that. hopefully that gets here fairly quickly. The kiosk is ordered, I guess, I'm not sure when it'll be here. And Barb's done a tremendous amount of work getting names around, and names get submitted to us all the time to include in the kiosk. And so she's done a tremendous amount of work on that. Probably, I think, last time we talked, had like 40 hours into getting all these names entered into that,
Well,
get the information straight up.
the problem is we did not get the best list from the Legion, and it's like sifting through to try to find the information you need to put into the spreadsheet that the people at the kiosk company need, so it's and I've only been able to get to it when I can get to it, so hopefully going forward we'll at least get what we have to them. I'm not sure really why, Matt seems to think they're waiting for that to ship the kiosk, but it's all cloud-based, so I'm not really sure why that would affect that. But anyway, I think at the end of this week, I'll get them what I have, and then we'll go forward from there.
Well, that pretty much covers what I had. Already talked about the DAR and the presentation of the Liberty Tree in Prentice Park. And that was a pretty good ceremony, well attended. So thank you for getting down. With that, I guess we'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Motion adjourned. Second. Been moved and seconded that we adjourn. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Just like that. Motion short and sweet.
I'm anxious to see what's